So I'm going to do another quick pivot just because
Great.
you keep giving me the bait. I got to take it on the philosophy.
Great. That's perfect.
Um, so as you're talking through that, and you said that researcher, right? You like to understand why, you like to know what's going on there. I can relate to that very much. It's almost like a
Yeah.
first principles view, right? Like you want to understand
Mhm.
at the very base level what's happening there. As you think back on that, is that something that you feel like you from the youngest of ages you remember being that way? Did somebody motivate you or influence you or inspire you to be that way? Where'd that come from?
That's interesting. I haven't actually like expounded on this, I think, before. I No, I was not always like that to start with. But I've always been someone that I want people to like respect my opinions and respect my thoughts on things. And I've always feel like I've had some knowledge of topics, and then as a younger kid, when I was in like middle and high school, I would speak to things I didn't really know with extreme authority. I would say,
Mm.
"This is how things are for sure," and like my classmates would be like, "Oh, I guess that's how things are for sure." And then it would come out in a month or two that I was wildly incorrect, and I would lose all trust in that situation. And that happened a few times before I was
Huh.
like, maybe I should actually spend some time researching before I say my thoughts on things. So no, I wasn't always like that, but the shame of being shamed for not knowing things and spewing my eighth grader opinion on things was like, okay, I don't want that ever in my life
Mm.
anymore. Let's make sure I understand things before I talk about them.
That's funny because I'll continue on the thread of that
Yeah.
resonating with me and being similar because I consider myself a people pleaser, like a recovering people
Mhm.
pleaser. I'd like to think, but a people pleaser, and as you would imagine, a big part of that is just getting people to like you and think you're a good person
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And I recently came to the realization that I spent so much time and focus and energy on trying to convince people I was a good person. If I had just dedicated it to actually being a good person, it would have been so much easier. And it sounds like similar to you,
Totally agree.
different topic thing, but same concept. That you realize I'm going to spend the time actually knowing stuff, and then that
Mhm.
seems like the better way.
I totally agree. And I know exactly what you're talking about as far as
Yep.
like just wanting people to be like, oh, this guy, he
Yep.
gets it. And I'm like, I
Yep.
want to get it, but I didn't get it. So I had to put some time into actually getting it.